point Shane made there about the age of the squad is quite important as well, that people are to understand. It's certainly the youngest. If you look at the squad as a whole, the 37 or 38 players in the senior squad, it's incredibly young still, even now, for third year.
What is the average age?
The average age is something about, I did this the other week, so I know this, it's something, it's about 24.8. Something of that. Now that is really very, very young.
But only one person who's sort of pulling the average down.
But then when you look at this, there's a cluster of around between 23 and 27.
Yeah.
And then a group of younger ones, even in the main squad. So Isaiah and Masaki Vathevate and a number of others. Philip Isikeli. So there's, and then, but then what we haven't got yet, and this will just take time, we've not got any significant number, with all due apologies to Masaki Donge and Mesu, who are the two over the age of 27. There's only two of them. I think that's right.
Fair,
that I've never seen an age profile like that in a professional rugby squad. That is extraordinarily unusual. But that's just a function of the fact that how the team was put together.
Yeah.
You know, it was COVID. You couldn't bring players back from Europe. You had to go with players who were based on the island then. Yeah. Therefore, it was bound to be a squad weighted towards the younger end of the age profile. Yeah. I mean, we're through, as Shane said, third pre-season, and the average age is still only 24.8. Yeah. So I think last year it was probably about 23.9 or something. I don't know. It was very, very young. Yeah. So not only are a lot of these players quite young in terms of, you'll hear Mick Burns say this a lot, and he's right. Not only are they quite young in terms of training age, they're actually quite young in terms of just pure age. Yeah. So if you look at very, very successful teams in all sports, it's extremely unusual they haven't got a balanced age profile. In other words, they haven't got a reasonably large group, sort of 28 to 30, to 28 and above, a group in the middle, and then a bunch of youngsters, and it's sort of reasonably evenly spread. And your average age is 27, 28. I mean, you look at the Springboks when they won the World Cup, their average age was nearly 30. Yeah. That's not a coincidence. It's really not.
And it's incredible to think that someone like Frank Lomani, 48 Super Rugby caps, not all for us, still sub 27, still under 27.
So on to my next question about that, because there's a lot of people saying about the mental toughness when it comes to certain decision making and other issues in some of the toughest games at this level of competition, as you said, that at times that crucial decision making at that time can make you lose a game.
Yes.
What type of work is going in, knowing that we've got a fairly young side?
A lot of it, you just have to be patient, because a lot of it you just have to learn through experience. I mean, it's almost impossible to replicate the pressure of an actual game. So, for example, let me give you from this season. In Auckland, in game one, we hadn't had a good half. We had a good start, and then they had a very good 20 minutes, and we didn't see the ball. And then right near half time, you're thinking, well, we just need to get into the sheds now and regroup and then come back. And we are traditionally a stronger second than first half team, which says a lot for our conditioning and also for the way we're trying to play. And we didn't. You know, we had the ball, we had control of it, and we made a couple of really poor decisions and execution, and gave them another very soft try, which Now, you learn from that, you know, you learn from that, and then the week after we were in the same situation and we nearly did it. We didn't quite, again, not quite, but got much closer to it than we did the week before. So some of it is purely learning through experience, going in, being in the situation, not dealing with it particularly well, and then using that to learn and to grow. So some of it is purely patience. Yeah. The other bit of it, of course, is doing what we call sort of scenario planning, which is you sort of try as far as you can to set scenarios for the team, to problems, if you like, to solve, a sort of what if. Right, okay, here's the situation. What will we do here? What's our key things here? And that takes quite a lot of time. And so that's a combination. The combination is learning through doing in the actual games themselves. You take learnings out of that. And secondly, scenario or situational play in training, which helps you learn quicker. But let be under no illusions. The longer you've played the game at a very high level, the easier that becomes. So yeah, it's true. No point shying away from it. That because of our age profile, we've still got a lot of growth in that area, and I think everybody in the organisation recognises that.